Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Systems Lab Live. This is the July 17th edition. Apologies for the tardiness. There was a bit of some internet connectivity issues. And at first I was like, let me just go live on Insta. But then I was like, I like to go live on all three platforms at the same time. So apologies for the tardiness. We do have a live stream on Wednesday, and so I will not be late for that. We will make sure we are ready to go on that. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Welcome to the July 17th edition, week 3 of the Next Gen Digital PM series that we're doing. We're riding this thing till the wheels fall off. Yes, we are. And so those of you that are here for the very first time, or those of you who are newer to the scene, welcome. The Systems Lab Live is the only online training for project managers, project professionals. They're in the service provider industry, those that are in corporate, social impact, those of you that are finding yourselves in a place and space where you're managing all the things. And so what this live stream does is that it breaks down various topics on leading projects, managing teams, and developing processes. And so in this particular series, in which y'all might be new to it, but what we're doing here for the Next Gen Project Manager series is that we're breaking down the critical question: what does it take to be a Next Gen digital project manager? Okay, does that make sense for you all? Make sure you put a 1 in the chat if that is making sense to you. The critical question of the hour. I'm going to type this out. What does it take to be a Next Gen digital PM? Okay, we have it. I think scroll maybe. Oh, hold on. That's the critical question of the hour. That's what we are answering week after week after week. And so what's cool about this particular question is that we are exploring this through the lens of leadership, strategy, and execution. It's marvelous. I tell you, it's marvelous. And what do we have here today? Those of you that are, y'all are old heads, veterans. We have a lot of different types of segments. And so we're taking this opportunity to kind of strip some things back. And what we're going to be really focusing on today is the Black Tech Effect Report, powered by the Plug and led by Sherelle Dorsey and the OmniDR Network. They released a report in January 2022 called the Black Tech Effect Report, in which they are literally selected 100 Black tech organizations. And in that effort, they highlighted various Black tech entrepreneurs and startups and companies that are doing really great and dynamic things. And why we're studying that is because here's a few things. Number one, I wanted to. Number two, I'm interested in products and developing products and services in innovative ways. That's number two. And number three, we should be able to see what is actually being built and created. Like we should be doing that. We should be doing that. So with that said, sorry, I was just looking to see if my four-legged friend was someplace. Is she? I'm not sure where she went. Shout out to Nala. Okay, Nala Victoria in the building. Okay, so we'll start, shall we? We shall start. I just want to get a sip of water right quick. Okay, today we're going to be looking at StackShare, Streamlytics, Superphone. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to get everybody up. Okay. Hold on 1 second. Okay, wait a minute. Maybe it won't work that way. Hold on. Black. I'm going to bring it up in a minute. But in the meantime and in between time, what are folks working on? What are these things that you all are working on? What is captivating your attention? What's captivating your attention? Black tech effect. I'm trying to get to the website. I don't know. We have the clickable links. Okay, let me actually reload. Maybe that's an issue. We'll see. Okay. Plug. I think we got it, people. I thinks we got it. So let me open this up. Do not fret, people, if you see me. Hold on. Okay. Shout out to the Instagram fam who's always in the building. Shout out to all of my many browsers that I have up. Are we okay? Okay. I think we are settled. Okay. I think we are officially settled. I'm trying to scroll. Come on. Let me scroll, please. Come on. Let me minimize. And then I would like to scroll. Okay. Here we go. We're gonna take our time, people. We're gonna make it work. Uh-oh. We got squeaky toys. Okay, hold on 1 second, people. I'm trying to go all the way down. Okay, here we go. We're going all the way down, folks. Because we only have like 17. We only have 17 left. Let me go here. Okay, so we're gonna go to stack share, and then we're gonna go to Streamalytics tonight. Shout out to Streamalytics, and shout out to me, or rather, okay, hold on 1 second. Stack share, Streamalytics. I'm gonna copy this, and we're gonna go and put Streamalytics. We're gonna get that. You just wanna, okay, hold on 1 second. Streamalytics. We're gonna see that. Oh, I think I found it. .com, human powered data. See, here's the thing, people. We got some really powerful tools. People are using AI, and to be honest, that is where I'm learning a lot about, which is AI. I will open up Superphone IO in a minute. We can have that. You just open things up. Meanwhile, make sure y'all put in what you're working on this month. What are you winding down? Or maybe you're starting up. You know, what are some things that y'all are doing? Let's see. Cool. We got one more. And then, yeah, then we're in tall metrics. Cool. Awesome. I'm going to close this out, the Adobe out, because we got everybody that we're going to be reviewing right now. I'm going to share my screen and we're going to get to it. We're going to get to it. Wanted to fix my camera for a minute. Oop. Share the screen. Stack share. All right. Tech stack intelligence. Beat tech sprawl and make data-driven technology decisions. Tech stack intelligence provides real-time visibility into all developer tools, services, and packages you're using internally, down to the version level and all your Git repos. Stack share. Oh, stack share. I feel like I have come across this. Huh? Have we? I feel like we have. I did not know this was Black owned, by the way. I had no idea. I'm going to, let me pull something up, open here. Here we go. Shout out to, all right, Jonas Beshware, Beshadred, founded in 2014, San Francisco, California. StackShare is a community for developers to share their tech stacks, advice, and insights on various technologies. Chief technology officers and technical leaders may use StackShare Enterprise to understand all the tech stacks used by engineering team time, which improves decision making and governance while reducing tech risk and costs. So, those of you that have heard of the name or people have used this terminology, what is your tech stack? That just means like, what is your suite of tools that you need, that you use to get the work done? I think it's pretty cool. 2014. I didn't know this was Black owned, but I've heard a lot about tech stack, or StackShare rather. So you got enterprise, and then you have the community. So what's in the community? Let's see. I'm going to. So, oh, that's cool. You can actually respond. So Daniel Hall said on July 4th, excuse me, he uses, I'm assuming this is like what you identify that you use. He's using something called Chose, Zoo, Slack, and Teamwork Chat. Hello, everyone. I'm curious to know if anyone has integrated Slack into their digital marketing workflow. If so, how has it improved collaboration and communication within your team? I'm looking for suggestions and insights on how to optimize our marketing performance with centralized workflows, align with our sales team, and take action on data and insights for our marketing initiatives. I also have read about Workflow Builder, which gives anyone in the company the tools to simplify and automate work in Slack. I'm also interested in hearing any other Slack app and workflows that help have boost responsiveness. That's cool. So this is great. Like, why wouldn't you want to be a part of something like this that would really help you to learn and understand what the tech stack is and how to use it? So Streamlytics is our next one, ethical data and ethical AI. Okay, let's go. Like, I'm hype about this already. So I'm going to give you my unsolicited opinion, but it is a Systems Lab Live and I am the host. So I'm just going to let y'all know where I stand with it. So I started reading all about AI through a book. Hold on, let's get the name of it. Sometimes, it's throughout the day. You just may not always be recalling things. But Scary Smart by Mo Gawat. And so it's been cool to read, and I got to pick it back up because I was reading it and then I transitioned to something else. but it's really helped me to understand the history of AI. And for me, whenever I see patterns of things massively happening, all these people jumping on stuff, I'm asking my own self, well, what's going on? Like why are we all jumping on the same app? What's the purpose? Now, I think there's so many benefits to being an early adopter. I do. And I believe you have to make your particular case for how you want to show up in this new tech and new AI and all those types of things, all this type of stuff that is happening. And that's why we're bringing the Next Gen Digital PM series, because we are exploring, what does it take to be a Next Gen Digital PM today? This is future focused training now. And so I would be remiss if I were to say, like, don't pay attention to AI. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that you have to decide how you're going to get in where you fit in, right? Depending on your industry and depending on where you're at, the maturation of your company, whether you're solo dolo, team of 2 to 500 to 1,000. Let's talk about how we can make AI really work for the team. And so I love when I see things called ethical data in AI. No tracking, no cookies, just human-led data. I like that because I'm unsure of what these other apps like ChatGPT and others are doing in terms of how you're collecting information. Now, I already know, we know the information's already, they already got us, so to speak. But I really dig this. I really, really dig this. So Streamlinux is by Angela Benton, 2018, Miami, Florida. AI machine learning. Streamlinux is an artificial intelligence and data technology platform that leverages consumer usage across partner platforms. This extensive software enables clients to generate reports and make data-driven decisions. This is the type of AI I like to see. AI that is focused in having a human-centered approach to things, right? It's wonderful. It is absolutely, totally wonderful. So this has my vote. I am team Streamlinux for real, for real. I think this is like so cool. I think this is so very cool. All right. Well, next up is a fave of mine. Let's go Superphone by founder Ryan Leslie, 2014 in New York. Service software as a service, advertising, marketing. Superphone uses SMS to deliver personalized marketing campaigns with users. Clients can automate their profits through messaging, and celebrities are able to broadcast messages to millions of followers at a time. So I've been rocking with Superphone ever since maybe it was 2021. I think it was 2021. It'll be 2 years that I've rocked with it. The Black Techie, shout out to Chris Smith, who's coached me, and she rocks with it. I've seen her success, and so success leaves clues. So we about it. I joined their super phone hub sessions on Fridays. I ask questions, and then I implement piece by piece. So since we're here, why don't you go ahead and connect with me by texting hashtag PM Huddle to 626-722-5444. Get in the mix, baby. Get in the mix of this training and development on a weekly basis, all on project management, leading teams, managing processes, productivity. And this is where we're at. Text PM Huddle, hashtag PM Huddle to 626-722-5444. You're not gonna regret it. It has all the things. It is a great tool. I like it a lot. All right, next up is Sensor Med, co-founded by Amin Holmes and Theodore Harvey in Birmingham, Alabama in 2014. Healthcare tech. Sensor Med is an AI-powered monitoring platform helping healthcare organizations manage patients, medical costs and non-medical needs. Virtually, the founders developed wearable monitors such as pulse oximeters, glucose meters, and blood pressure cuffs to allow patients and doctors to monitor their conditions from home. I like it. I think it's dope. Anytime that we can do AI for good, I love it. Easy billing, easy support, reduces the total cost of ownership in comparison to its competition. I love it. Talmetrics. Co-founder Chris Powell in Cincinnati, Ohio. This is HR tech. Shout out to those who are in the HR field. How y'all doing with this tech stuff? We should have an HR person on the live stream. Telemetric leverages technology to gather employee feedback and analytics to improve business decision making and outcomes. So good. This is like fantastic. So how we work, okay. Oh, I like this. I like these colors. Simple, time efficient, quality, support, and relational. How we work. I do want to know how they work. I'm so glad they have that. Data, humans, and actions. You got algorithms. You have a dashboard that is going to track important issues to address and trending impact of actioning. It also displays real-time data and helps to predict key outcomes like employee well-being, retention, engagement, and commitment to DE&I. Let's see, what did it say? Our team brings skills in industrial organizational psychology, human resources, behavior change, human-centered design, data and science. And they have actionable insights to equip an organization. Shout out to Chris Powell for that. This is like, this is good. This makes me excited. I'm going to bring up some notes as we transition. Excuse me. My. We're going to stop the share. We don't stop up the share. Let's see. Once again, the question of the hour is, what does it take to be a next gen digital PM? And quick set of announcements tomorrow. Oh no, not tomorrow. Tomorrow, the 19th. I'll be interviewing Jasmine and Desi from the Black in Events community, but they are event professionals in their own right. So we're going to be talking about trends within their industry, client experience. We're talking about scope creep. We're going to talk about everything. I want to frame this conversation of the next gen digital PM is not a traditional role of what you think is a PM. These are individuals that I'm interviewing, and then I'm also, inside of the content that's being created, making sure that you know that project managers and the function of managing projects is absolutely in different forms. What's going on? Title Boxing Club Nova. I used to be at Title Boxing like a lot. Man, pandemic hit. Didn't get back into the ring. I tell you, but thank you for even joining just for 2 seconds. I hear you. And I want to go back to boxing, you all. I really do. I really miss boxing. All right, let's stay back on cue, folks. Let's stay back on cue. But event professionals are project professionals. Okay? Operations Airtable experts are project professionals. Why are they project professionals, you ask? Well, the definition of a project, well, when it is essentially, it's a vehicle that delivers a product, service, or result. That service can be opening up, title boxing, putting on an event. So that's where we stand, folks. Just elevating the conversation so that we know that project management is everywhere, and breaking down also the misconceptions that people do have on people who are project professionals as well. So we're going to bring up the notes from the Coda doc. Shout out to Coda. Shout out to Coda. So tonight we are breaking down 3 topics. It's going to be good. We're talking about strategic thinking from the leadership corner. And then we're going to talk through selecting the right project management methodology. And then we're talking about task management. We're going to talk about some of these things. Okay. Mm-hmm. What else, y'all? What else be going on the scene as we are 14 days, right? 14 days, I believe, from the end of July. What else, y'all? Okay, can y'all see me? Okay, good. Make sure you guys text this live stream out to people that you know that, need to see it. Need to see it, need to hear it. So today, when we talk about strategic thinking, we are really leaning into the fact that strategy drives projects. Yeah, I'll say this little phrase that I'm continuing to refine and whatnot, which is this: people make projects. People make projects. Who has that one? Projects solve problems for people. That's the second one. Projects solve problems for people, and people are at the center of the process. Who has it? Huh? Makes sense? In that process, as I said at the top of the hour, what's so interesting about this day and age of these last few years is that the work that's being done is not necessarily cookie cutter or, like it's plug and play. I remember early in my career, I had some plug and play, just plug and play. Now, if you have people within your organization where there are routine tasks that you can you're automated or somebody else is taking care of, more power to you. But when I talk about projects, programs, and initiatives, I'm talking about the things that have moving parts. I'm talking about things that were birthed from someone. Could have been God-given. It could have been something that you were in the middle of the night and you decided, I got to get it out. And now you've started to launch this project. Huh? Makes sense? So that's what we talk about when we talk about projects. And so for project managers, strategic thinking is essential to this process. So I want to identify 3 points is that when a PM, a project pro like yourself, applies strategic thinking, this is what happens. It supports projects with their business goals. It makes a 1-for-1 for the strategic alignment of the business goals. If you are a content professional Content pro. Is that a thing? We just gonna call y'all content pros. Come on. Content pros out there. Y'all, I know a lot of people are figuring out the business, the scaling, all the things. So I imagine that goal setting is somewhere a part of the process. And I can't wait to talk to Walter so we can just break some of these points down to see if I'm on the right track. But having projects help to drive more closer to the goals that need to be accomplished. Strategic thinking really empowers project managers to identify projects that drive long-term results. It's all about results. It's all about intentionality. It's not about, let's just do this project because we just can. Now, again, business maturity, personhood maturity, all of that. I'm not saying that maturity, not in the sense of immaturity, but how you are, what is the maturation level? Like, where are you? 3 to 5 years in? And then even with that, what is it that you have been through, right? Sales, operations, product, services, things like that, experience. It encourages innovation to achieve project success. Strategic thinking, what it does, great people, is that it helps you to think differently, innovatively about the project itself, its outcomes, its goals. How the project should be driven. What are the particular points that we should be focused on? That's what strategic thinking does. So how do you apply strategic thinking? Well. What do we have here? So 3 ways to do this. From an analysis perspective, strategic thinking involves analyzing project goals and potential obstacles. Being the difference maker, being able to see how products and services can be different from your competitors. Strategic thinking says, how am I different in the marketplace? Strategic thinking says, what are the potential obstacles that would impede the goals that we're looking to accomplish? Strategic thinking says SMART goals, OKRs, are here to help measure project success. What comments or questions do people have on this topic? Any takers? No, I'm just kidding. So that's a leadership corner. So I want you to go back as an action item. Go back to the project goals. Go back if you stand and you sit in position of bigger leadership. Start pulling out paperwork. Start asking some questions. I love a good asking questions. Can I get a little clarity? And that really helps you as a strategic thinker and partner. So yeah, do what you're comfortable with and what makes sense, right? I think always having a conversation with CEOs and those that are close to the driving of the business and the KPIs and all of that. All right. I do want to talk a bit about goal setting, KPI, SMART goals, OKRs in terms of the strategy portion of this live stream. So again, in the strategic planning piece of it, we just want to, highlight so that we're definition wise, we're all on the same page. Who here has project objectives, goals and objectives? Who here? I do. I've used Miro to help me with that too, by the way. I have used it to do that. All right. Goals. A goal is an achievable outcome that is generally broad and long term, while an objective defines measurable actions to achieve the overall goal. Okay? It's an achievable outcome that's generally broad and long term, which while an objective defines measurable actions to achieve an overall goal. So a goal could be, hey, I'm going to host my first conference in 60 days. A goal could be, I'm going to launch my podcast by the end of this year. Objectives have narrow targets, tangible actions. They have a time frame. Okay? Now, measurable objectives, measurable. So you can say, hey, I want to launch my book by October 15th, 2023. A part of my objectives is for 10,000 books to be sold. And then from there, my personal favorite is that this project would then support that particular goal so that you never lose sight. You never lose sight of that. Let's think about metrics for a little bit, huh? Let's think about it. KPIs or key performance indicators are metrics that measure the progress of a specific project towards your defined goals. So even a personal content goal of mine is to have a certain number of community members that follow me on LinkedIn. Particular monetary goal. Okay? Metrics, numbers. This is all to say that the data, the goals, they tell a story. They tell a story. So that's really important to note. Who here has questions about project goals and objectives? This should be found when you are doing a project visioning document or project charter. But this is really extremely helpful in communicating with your team members about what's going on, why it's happening, what these goals are. It's also collaborative. I truly believe in working together. And then you might also have a team specific goals and OKRs as a team. As a team. Who else here has questions about goals and objectives? Sometimes I feel like they are very straightforward, but I believe that can get into miscommunication if you do not have mechanisms in place to capture the goals. Love it. Who's still with me? Love it. Cool. A little more on goal setting. Project goals are very important. We've talked about aligning with company goals, building momentum with the team because that promotes excitement, and then also you can increase communication from there. Again, that clear focus, you can clearly see the vision. Being very clear on goals and objectives helps you to improve your customer experience. It motivates and builds momentum with your team member. And then my favorite, promotes accountability. Woo-wee! Who's finna to be accountable in this late season? I don't even say it's late. It's timely. I love it. And so lastly, we're going to look at task execution. So while the project management piece is so helpful, what we're doing, what the training is, and how to approach different things, tasks is what get things moving. And there's also dependencies and interrelations between project activities that one should be mindful of. There's oftentimes there will be an order of sequence of events that will take place on your project. So how do you prepare for a task? Well, I think in some places and spaces, what you want to really think about is, all right, when it comes to the project plan, how much building of these tasks will you be doing? Are you expected to expand as you go? Like, if you eventually have this as a retainer client and they just want to kind of go through the pick list. So think about that, when it comes to the tasks. If you're in corporate, you got 9 to 5, you may be assigned things. So, you want to get very clear on the intent, the purpose, and the outcomes, and also key questions to ask. Very important. Collecting the information in context to what's going on. Telling you what. This is it, y'all. Intent of the in purpose. I did this inside of ClickUp. If you would have thunk it. But what's good about this particular way of doing things is that I have a default task template. So if I need to, do a task and prepare for one, I got a template in place. I have a template in place. So that's what makes it very special. Outcomes of a task. So this is good because it could be dependent on another task itself. Key questions. If you have questions about a task, I would write them down and be prepared to ask and receive the answers. And then I'm big on key documents and resources. 3 and 4, when it comes to the key questions and resources, you will most likely be in a PM tool where you can tag someone to further explain, or you could even ask them the question and you could easily get that information. Yeah, that's right. That is right. Another key thing to make sure you're not missing a beat with task execution is outlining your work streams within your project. So if you are launching a book, you want to have your book writing process as a work stream, the marketing, you want to have the operations and, the actual launching of it operationally, like the ClickFunnels or a lead page or what have you. Have that as a work stream, and then have the actual tasks that are a part of that. And by taking either sheet of paper or writing it out in Excel, it can really help expand your mind into what tasks do we have, who can do them, do we need to outsource, how can we do a time estimate, everything in between. Everything in between. Well, y'all, this has been super fun, even being, a tad bit late, Oh, thank you. Insightful shares. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So grateful. So even with this, I just want to start to put inside of you all, again, the critical question of what does it take to be a next gen, excuse me, I don't know what that was. What does it take to be a next gen project manager? Leadership, strategy, and execution. Strategic thinking, putting on that strategic thinking cap. Next up is being able to set goals, right? Being intentional about how the goal setting and how that supports projects, and how that often is a misstep. Would you believe that? That's a misstep. That's often that's happened. We are chasing a goal, we're working on a project, and they don't overlap. They don't intersect. It's like dancing in the dark. And then lastly, task execution. Being able to understand, outlining your work streams, outlining the key tasks. Shout out to my podcasters. You got work streams. You have key tasks. All right, y'all. Thank you all so much for, excuse me, being a part of this live stream. There's a lot coming up in the next couple of weeks, and I definitely want you to be plugged in. Text PM Huddle to 626-722-5444. Service pros, I need y'all to be on this text message community. Those that are in the service provider industry, I need y'all to file in straight. File in. Remember, you used to do that when you're in kindergarten, and be a part of this community. Tap in. Tap in. This is future focused training right now. So until next time, we out. Get ready for next week. It's going to be good. I can't wait. We're going to talk about conflict resolution. Let's get it. Bye.